This is part 2 of the Boost Basics tutorial series. We're covering a pretty wide range of tech stacks that we could run through Boost at a shallow level, but hopefully this gives you a taste of what Boost can do for you. So let's dive back into, again, what is Boost? Boost is a single remote machine in the cloud. It runs your code for you from your own locally based text editor. So we're bypassing our own machines and running the code in a pre-configured environment elsewhere. And this is especially exciting for websites. Because the code is sitting and running in the cloud, it's on a publicly visible URL. So we can test sites as we're developing them with our teammates. So for this tutorial, we're going to be creating a very basic HTML website. To pick back up where we left off before, recall that typing the word boost is your go-to if you're ever lost. It gives you a printout of the documentation. And boost, remember that boost init takes your current directory and initializes it as a boost project, which we've already done. Within that file sync directory, we create our files. Before we did hello.py, hello.sh. Now we're going to create a folder for the website. New website. Open up that folder and create a new file. We're going to call it index.html. Cool. Index.html is the common convention for naming HTML sites on a paste in boilerplate. So if you need to pause the video and get this typed in, feel free to do so. We're not going to do anything fancy with this. Just in the body, we're going to put an h1 header and write the phrase, hello from the Boost website. Cool. And I'm going to save it. Let's go over here into our terminal. You can see the new website directory here. I need to navigate into that. And you can see the index.html. So if I were to want to serve this basic HTML site on localhost, I'd personally use the Python 3 module HTTP server and then run it through port 8000 if I wanted. So I run that. It takes index.html and serves it on localhost through port 8000. If I need to navigate here into a browser, localhost 8000, and this is what we're used to seeing. There is the HTML page. But let's run it through Boost. Get out of that, clear. So you remember that we have a code box. Currently it is stopped. That's because it's been a while since I've used it. So I'm going to Boost start. And it takes the default code box as indicated by the asterisk and starts it. So on the free plan, code boxes, they'll self-terminate after 4 hours of being up. So generally you don't have to worry about them going down while you work, but keep in mind it will happen if you are away from your laptop for a bit. So boost list again shows me that the code box is up and running. It's running at a new IP address this time. So we're ready to use it. I'm going to run the same command we did before, that python 3-m http server, and then a port 8000. But what I'm going to do instead is type the word boost before it. Boost tells this code to instead execute on the remote machine. I run this. Since we're restarting the code box, file sync reinitializes, it gets up and running, and then we start serving on that port. So I'm actually going to take the IP address here from my code box and copy it, Control C. And then in the browser, paste it, port 8000, and there's the website running on a live URL. So if you wanted, you could actually visit this same site yourself from a different browser while it's running. Now, again, CodeBox is shut down after 4 hours, so it's not perpetually live, but it's a live preview of what's going on. And cool enough, I could actually pull up this same URL I just did on my own phone, and kind of hard to see, but hello from the Boost website. Sorry about the mirroring of it, but you know what I mean. The website is live from any device that you give the URL to. So what's this mean? Well, it means we could edit the site, essentially live in production with our local code editor. So this is an edit. I'm saving it on my local machine. File sync's happening, it's pushing it to the cloud, and then I refresh here. And with luck, the changes propagate. There it is. So HTTP server tends to be a little slow on the propagation, but what we're going to do in the next video is do a React project, and React's a lot better at hot swapping code in and out. It's going to be a good time. So stay tuned for tutorial number 3. We're going to be running a basic React website through Boost. See you then.